Well, I got a new job. I'm going to be a hunter, not a shark hunter or a crocodile hunter or even a bargain hunter or a Samus hunter. I'm going to be a leaked games hunter because what the freaking heck? They were all wrong. Every big prediction was wrong. The games that we were told would be there weren't. And after a while, you start to wonder what's actually going on when we've been told that the same games are coming year after year after year. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce, aka the Leaked Games Hunter. And let's not play a drinking game of any sort because it would be dangerous, but let's count them. Zelda Twilight Princess, Zelda Wind Waker, everybody's 1-2 Switch sequel thingamabob, F-Zero GX, Metroid Prime Remastered, a new system on Nintendo Switch Online, and a blowout of GameCube comebacks. 0 for 7. 0 for 7, none of those games were featured, and despite reports and rumors and leaks from Jeff Grubb and Nate Drake and Emily Rogers and everyone, none of that stuff has materialized, and it hasn't materialized in years. Now, the big one to me is Metroid Prime Remastered, and I'd love for you to let me know if you think this game is even real. Now, there is a chance that Nintendo still drops this thing. Jeff Grubb seemed very confident that it was this holiday, and they could still drop this thing via a Twitter announcement. It would be a bit of a like, huh? But they did it for Paper Mario and the Origami King. They can tweet out a game and have it coming. And perhaps it will still launch in November to give them some sort of partner to Pokemon, since Pokemon is a Pokemon Company game partnered with Nintendo, and Nintendo might want their own total piece of the pie. But what the heck? We've been hearing about the Zelda ports for literally years, and I saw some of the leakers getting a little bit frustrated, getting a little bit defensive on Famaboard, saying like, we didn't promise this stuff. Don't you know the difference between a prediction and like a guarantee? And I want to make sure you hear me clearly that I respect what these leakers do and I understand the difficulty and stress. I've done YouTube for 13 years. I've been through it all. Okay, I know how this goes, and I do not place blame on them or think they are doing a bad job or misleading intentionally or anything. I just want to get that clear. I don't want you to think this is a dig at leakers. It's just an examination of what's going on and how it's gotten really weird about a certain set of games that are always perpetually next up. And I get it, and I understand. They don't promise things, and we shouldn't be looking to them as promise keepers or as official sources or as facts. They're not. But I do think when you harp on the same things over and over and then say, oh, we didn't guarantee it, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. I mean, there's got to be some accountability, I guess. Well, maybe there doesn't, technically. They're just people posting the internet. There doesn't need to be, but you can't keep saying the same games are coming and then they don't. I still think eventually they probably do, but I had a second thought today where I was like, what if they're not real? What if this rumored Zelda port duo that has been done for years just isn't a thing? What if it's just not happening? They could still pop up. I'm not giving you a prediction or a promise, but it's very weird to me that we've heard about Metroid Prime 1 coming back, Twilight Princess coming back, and Wind Waker coming back, and none of them have appeared in years. And this was a direct where they had tons of space. They filled it with dirt, and by dirt I mean farming games. The Animal Crossing craze has officially taken over every single company. And oh, by the way, you might have well called this like a Nintendo Square Enix Direct, because they had so many games as well. It wasn't like a lack of space. And then you wonder, like, what if it's just an educated guess that is such an educated guess you can just keep repeating it? Like, I'm sure there's some morsel of source or truth there, but is it too strange to say that Zelda ports that have already been ported would be ported to Nintendo's most successful system in a very long time and guarantee a bunch of sales? Is that crazy? I really just feel like we're in a strange place right now where Nintendo does their own thing. I mean, there's a lot of talk about GameCube, right? GameCube's coming back. Maybe it's F-Zero. That's a thing. Maybe it's, GameCube NSO on Switch Online. That could be a thing. The Twilight, nothing from GameCube happened except for Tales of Symphonia. So if that's what they were talking about, I mean, I guess bravo the hecko, but I don't believe it was. In fact, the only Nintendo remaster was of a Wii game. Something nobody was talking about at all. I throw no shade to the leakers. I know that is a dicey position. You don't know for sure. You're trying to get it right. People are putting like all their faith in you. Us YouTubers are making videos. But this was really a marked change where so many of the things that were said did not come to fruition. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, no appearance. Could they appear in the future? Sure. And maybe we'll make a video in 2 months' time saying, wow, the leakers were all good. They got it. It just wasn't at the direct. And they did have some stuff right. They were like, oh, Monday morning announcement. Oh, Tuesday morning show. And directs are never in the morning. So like they were really right about that. I'm not saying these people are bogus. I think they do have some pretty good sources. But this set of games that we've heard about for so long, where are they? And if not a year where we have no Zelda, where are they? Nintendo supposedly loves to have Zelda every year. Why not this year? Why no Twilight Princess or Wind Waker when we got a gap between September 9th with Splatoon 3 and the end of October with Bayonetta where you could easily fit them and you're not going to do it? Now, there's other missing games as well. Stuff like Advance Wars. I don't know. Nintendo commented that they have no clue. They're not saying anything. When we know a release date, we'll tell you. Basically confirming like it's still coming, but we have nothing. Everybody's 1-2 Switch. That's another one that people have talked about for a while, and they said maybe Nintendo would shelve. Maybe they wouldn't. Did they shelve it? Was it never actually a thing? I just begin to wonder. Many of these projects, we now have an entire snowball of all these games that are coming. And at one point, either it's going to be a vomit fest of everything that we know, and we're going to just have a whole direct like in our heads. Whoa, it's all here. Or these games just weren't ever things, and it was bad info or misdirection or miscommunication. I mean, that's plausible. It happens all the time in your life and my life, so why not for leakers' lives? And I'm not at all appalled that we didn't get the games that we were told we would probably get, because in fact, I'd kind of rather have Pikmin 4 and Tears of the Kingdom than Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, any of that. I was excited to get F-Zero back, and maybe that still happens. The Prime thing, how can they be so sure about the Prime thing? I feel like that one still will happen, but I'm even second-guessing that now. Are you second-guessing? It feels like this is the time to second-guess all of that. And as much as I'd like to play those things, I wonder how the pandemic is factoring in, and I wonder how leaked information in Nintendo is beginning to look. There's other things that we've heard about for a long time that have still never materialized. Stuff like Donkey Kong. Oh, it's not time. At some point, is saying it's not time just a way to say, like, well, one day they'll make Donkey Kong, because heck yes, they will. One day there will be 3D Mario. One day there will be another Zelda. One day they will almost assuredly go back to Splatoon. These aren't crazy predictions. These aren't out there guesses. I just gotta say, I was shocked that so much of the stuff just didn't come to be in a show that had space for it, in a show that wasn't usurped by other announcements. This was a very Japan-heavy show. Even though Nintendo doesn't seem to really put much stake in Tokyo Game Show, it felt like it was a show dictated by Tokyo Game Show. Like, they had the GoldenEye thing. People have been talking about GoldenEye for a while, so there's still some stuff there. And Jeff Grubb did say the name of BOTW 2 would be unveiled, and it was. Like I said, this is no shade to any of them, and I respect the stress of all these random people looking to you for the answers. And they try to say, we don't have all the answers. But they've been repeating some of the same stuff that now I'm repeating, because it's just confusing, and I wonder where we go from here. The next Direct will inevitably be in February. I don't think that's a prediction, it's just a pattern. Nintendo will drop new details. They'll have more on the upcoming Zelda release in May. They'll probably touch back on Metroid at some point, but will it be Prime Remastered? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that just is odd, and it goes to show you that Nintendo, they do what they want. They believe that they know best, and we're clueless. We were told that Nintendo's paying attention to message boards and paying attention. I don't know that they are. I think maybe that's a goofy statement. I don't know that that's true, because it sure didn't feel like it. It sure felt like they read the room completely wrong, and all the things that they supposedly read the room about, like the GameCube coming back and the Game Boy, maybe one day, but as of right now, Switch Online is a whole lot of N64, and the only Switch remake is from the Wii, a Kirby game that we probably don't need. So anyways, let me know what you think. about the missing games, hunting for the leaked games. Will they ever appear? That's what I want to know from you. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, everybody, SwitchForce out.